Good morning, Nisambula Vinaka. I'm pleased to inform all of you that there will be 4 school terms from the year 2023. The Fiji education system always had 3 terms in a school year, and these terms were divided into 14 weeks for term 1 and term 2. And for term 3, there were just 13-week term. After each term, students and teachers were given 2 weeks break, except term 3, where they had 7 weeks break, which normally began in late November. This has always been the practice except for the year 2021 and 2022. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, term 3 of the 2021 academic year was brought forward to 2022, and after a short break of 1 week, school resumed with the 2022 academic year in the month of April, which was very unusual. So unforeseen circumstances naturally pushed the closure of school right towards the end of December, and I would call it mid-December. This year, term 1 was 13 weeks, term 2 had 12 weeks, and term 3 will have 9 weeks with 1 week break in between the terms, and this brings to a total of 34 weeks in a school year, or you can call it the academic year. The ministry has considered the option of a 4-term academic year in 2023, and the proposal has been well received by stakeholders such as the Fiji Head Teachers Association, the Fiji Principals Association, Fiji Retailers Association, parents, teachers, heads of schools, Parents Teachers Association, faith-based organization, and Fijian Teachers Association. Each term will be for 10 weeks, which adds up to approximately 200 days, which is over the minimum required days for schools to open for classes as set out in the Education Act, Section 29(7)(b), which clearly states the school should be open for not less than 195 days in any school year. In the 2023 academic year, term 1 will begin on 30th January and end on 6th April. Term 2 will begin on 24th April and end on 30th June. Term 3 will begin on 17th July and end on 22 September. And term 4 will begin on 9th October and it will end on 15th December. Having a 4-term academic year for schools will allow teachers to have breaks following shorter school terms, given that teachers work hard during the term and manage students, which is challenging and physically draining. Shorter terms and 4-term holidays will allow teachers to rest and recharge, reducing the burnout and of course the stress that they go through. Having 10 weeks per term with 4-term model is better than having 14 weeks under 3-term model, as it allows students to have breaks, refresh, and prepare for another 10 weeks. We all know that our country faces the threat of tropical cyclones from November to April, and it peaks between January to March. And in the past, we all have experienced, as soon as we announced the opening of the school, and due to bad weather and flooding, we had to immediately close the school. And that caused a lot of disruptions. And not forgetting that most of our schools are also used as evacuation centers. So this will again address the disruptions that we have just talked about. The term holidays have been also aligned with Australia and New Zealand school terms, which will allow better planning of family holidays. It should be noted that Fijians have their families and relatives in these countries, and school teachers, they prefer going to these two countries for their school breaks. And unfortunately, when they visit their friends and relatives, they find that the children are back in school, and when they take the children for family reunion and family get-togethers, they're not able to accomplish that. The new school model will further allow spread of sporting activities over 3 terms, so the term 4 can be devoted to exams. Previously, all sporting exams were we had to pack it within the 2 terms, and the children had to, or students had to choose which sports to play. Now if we spread it out, if we spread sporting events over 3 terms, it means a child can make a choice in more than one sports. And then of course we are leaving term 4 dedicated solely for the exams and examination preparation. Now this will not only benefit students and teachers, but this new term that we are talking about will also benefit businesses. And Suva Retailers Association did approach Ministry of Education with their proposal, and they also suggested that we move away from 3-term school year to 4-term school year. So we believe that the businesses will also benefit, as this will allow them to conclude the business for the festive season before the start of back to school preparations. And this will give parents ample time to plan for their children's schooling needs after the festive season. So they're not being rushed. They can relax and enjoy the festive season and then prepare for the children's schooling needs. As it is, there is no financial implication because the state already provides free education grant and transport assistance to students. Finally, having a school year divided into 4 terms will provide opportunities that will not only benefit students and teachers, but the society as a whole. So ladies and gentlemen, that is our proposal, and today we are announcing the new school academic year and how it will be rolled out in the year 2023. And finally, you know that we are heading for long weekend. Tomorrow we will be celebrating Prophet Muhammad's birthday, so I would like to wish everyone a blessed Prophet Muhammad's birthday. And on Monday we will be celebrating Fiji Day, so I also like to wish everyone happy Fiji Day. Vinaka.